A lot of people gathering, and many of them coming out to thank the members of our law enforcement community across New York State.
Yeah, today is Law Enforcement Day, a tradition here at the fair, and police are paying tribute this afternoon to comrades who have fallen in the line of duty. We're going to talk more about that. Really an emotional time for the police officers there.
Then, if you are a State Fair trivia fan, you will love our Blue Ribbon Award tonight. It's a look at a new exhibit on the fair's history. We're going to spotlight it for you in just a moment. Then, did you know more than 1 million people fall victim to cell phone thefts every year?
We're going to tell you about a new effort to hang up on that problem. Syracuse is one of 11 cities joining an international initiative to keep our smartphones secure. Plus,
oh my gosh, this is actually happening, and I thought it was like a dream, and afterwards I was like, someone pinch me please, so I know this actually happened.
Amazing. The President of the United States made this unscheduled stop to visit with the Tully soccer teams, the boys and the girls, making a pit stop at their high school field during their summer sessions before he made his way to Binghamton. It was really a memorable day for those players, the parents, the coaches, anybody who just happened to be there. They really enjoyed it. The president didn't make it here to the fair, but from a security point of view, maybe that was a good thing.
Well, that's true, but you know what? Hey, listen, there's always next year or the year after that. We do have the sausages that are still cooking. We can smell them behind us, and so maybe that'll be enough to lure the president back here another time.
That would be nice. We have to extend the invitation already to try to get it in the line for future visits from President Obama. Well, we're going to have a lot more from the fair coming up. Laura Hand's here. Wayne Mahar will have the forecast. Katie, we want to send it back to you now for the time being.
Matt and Megan, thank you. We continue to follow the president's historic bus tour through upstate New York and now into Pennsylvania. Just a short time ago, the president's tour wrapped up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where President Obama met up with Vice President in Joe Biden's hometown of Scranton. The duo talked about the White House's plan to build a better middle class by making college more affordable. That way, students are not spending so much time post-grad trying to pay back their loans. Earlier this afternoon, President Obama addressed students and staff at the University of Binghamton in a town hall-style speech. During the discussion, the president said Republicans should not be focused on his health care plan, but should instead focus on the pocketbook, bread and butter issues that affect Americans. The president started his day in central New York. He woke up in Auburn after spending the night at the Holiday Inn on North Street. He got his morning started with a workout at the YMCA, running on the treadmill and shooting a few baskets at a local basketball camp. But two stops to the Harriet Tubman home or Seward House. It was highly anticipated President Obama would visit the historic sites before leaving town. Our Dora Scheidel picks up our team coverage tonight with reaction from the Auburn community, who got up early to try to catch a glimpse of the commander-in-chief.
Kathy Ruddock brought her grandson to see President Obama at the YMCA during his morning workout.
It was amazing. It really was amazing just to be that close and to see him doing normal everyday things.
But the crowd of more than 200 at the Harriet Tubman home wasn't as lucky.
Kind of disappointed.
Despite rumors and building anticipation, President Obama never stopped by the Seward House or the Harriet Tubman home, even though they're mere miles away from his hotel.
Actually, I'm a little bit outraged to think that the President of the United States would come and stay in Auburn and not visit this residence.
While people were naturally disappointed that President Obama never stopped by here at the Harriet Tubman home, several people I talked to, even ones who had waited for more than 4.5 hours, still say it was worth it.
It means a lot. It means a lot that he was here. With the tour that he's taking, it just means that he does care about upstate New York.
The turnout and support for the Tubman home brought its president to tears.
We hear all the hotels are booked. We know your board and other volunteers with Tubman from out of town are coming this way. We will open our homes to you. Yeah, I mean, it was just like really incredible. People, the generosity of spirit, which was so much in the Tubman tradition.
The president may not have visited, but his presence brought record attendance numbers to the historic area. Reporting from Auburn, I'm Dora Scheidel.
Another place President Obama added to his list was Tully Central High School. The president surprised the boys and girls high school varsity and junior varsity soccer practices. President talked with the players, took pictures, and even kicked around the ball with the boys team. Afterwards, teammates were still processing the once-in-a-lifetime presidential visit.
Now,
When we were told we were going to meet the president, it was just crazy. I can't even describe how I felt. It was so amazing.
After leaving Tully, the president's bus continued on its way to SUNY Binghamton. Time now to send it back to the State Fair to check in with Matt and Megan. Guys, I'm so jealous of the weather you have out there.
Katie,
it just looks so nice.
Oh, it's great. It's just beautiful out. And as you might guess by the sound, if you're a fan of the fair, you know the 6 o'clock parade is very punctual. It's law enforcement day.
Well, of course it's punctual. It is law enforcement day. And here you can see some of the vehicles that are passing behind us right now as this parade gets underway here tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, you know, hey, did you know Toby Keith's going to be performing at the grandstand tonight? That is the big act. Country music fans are so excited to see him tonight. And earlier today, I got a chance to talk to him. He held a VIP party this afternoon to celebrate the official grand opening of his new restaurant, Toby Keith's Bar and Grill at Destiny, USA. Keith says he likes to visit all of his restaurants, and he even put on an impromptu performance for the hundreds of people who gathered to see him today.
He really turned into quite a businessman. He was telling you that his concert schedule is reduced from what it once was when he was a younger musician. Now, different story. General public has a chance to see him live tonight. Tickets are still available, by the way. $65, $55, $45. Concert begins at 7:30. Kip Moore is the opening act, another familiar name. And, of course, can't forget about we got the funk. Can't forget about the Chevy Court stage near the Center of Progress building right behind us here. Funk and Soul Masters George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic are performing. That concert is free. Starts at 8 o'clock. They are, of course, legends in the rhythm and blues and the funk genre.
So if you're feeling in kind of a funky mood, come on out. You might want to check them out. I would imagine that the Chevy Court is going to be packed tonight.
I think it will be for sure. There's still plenty to look forward to at the fair this weekend, too. A few more concerts coming your way.
That's right, Zendaya, the Disney star. Well, we all know her. She's going to be coming as well, along with Phil Vassar. Those are free Chevy Court concerts tomorrow night.
And pop sensation Carly Rae Jepsen will play the Grandstand also this weekend. Playing the Grandstand tomorrow night. The girl behind the catchy song, Call Me, Maybe.
And on Sunday, another country music artist will be in the spotlight. Reba McEntire returning to the stage here in Central New York for the second time this year. So we will all be looking forward to hearing from her.
Now, if you need any help with remembering where everything is here at the fair, the map, the concert schedule, all you have to do is go to our website. You can check this out through our mobile app. You can do it on your desktop, your laptop, your iPad, any way you'd like.
And you know, it's always a good idea to check that out ahead of time, because once you get out here to the fair, oftentimes we'll have people coming up to our booth saying, oh, where's the sand sculpture? How do I get to the dairy barn and all of that? So we can point you in the right direction online before you head out here.
That's right. And of course, another thing you get online is the forecast, but what better way to get it than right now from Chief Meteorologist Wayne Mahar, who's looking ahead at the rest of this evening first.
And this evening is looking fantastic, just like the rest of the whole weekend ahead. Here's a look what's going on. First of all, Stanley Law Skywatch overlooking the State Fairgrounds with the Stanley Law camera. And obviously you can see there's a lot of action going on, and it's just getting started. And the skies are looking very pleasant. Here's live triple Doppler radar brought to you by the Adventure Center at Greek Peak Mountain Resort. No precipitation anywhere in sight. What a great evening we've got coming up. And the temperatures right now, upper 60s to the low to mid 70s. So here's what goes on. Not only for tonight, which is going to be an easy forecast, clear and cooling off, but another great-looking day for tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Any patchy fog burns off early in the day, and the high temperature tomorrow, 77 degrees. We'll have the full forecast coming up for the entire weekend and right on into next week. All that comes up in a few minutes. And here we are out here at the Great New York State Fair. The 6 o'clock parade is underway. And what a coincidence. The Baldwinsville Marching Band right behind me now. Coincidence because that's the town I live in. And my daughter, 12, 13 years ago, my older daughter, she would have been marching in that. She was in the Baldwinsville Marching Band. Great group. Now, having a good time tonight?
Having a really good time. My name is Linda Hartwig. I'm from Norwich, New York, and I want to see a quick shout out for Colorscape. It's on September 7th and September 8th. Come on down, it's a free.
Great. All right. How about you? Doing well?
It's been a good day, yeah. had a lot of fun. Can't wait for the concert tonight, and just want to say hi to my friends and family back in Norwich.
All right. Well, let's check on the weather, see how good the weather's going to be. Here's a look at live triple Doppler radar brought to you by the Adventure Center at Greek Peak Mountain Resort. All is quiet. Certainly, we have no weather issues coming up for tonight, and temperatures upper 60s to the low to mid 70s. So we move ahead. Here's what's going on then. Hour by hour tonight, we progress ahead. Generally clear skies for the overnight tonight. A little patchy fog developing later on. And we push the button again. You'll find that later on tonight, we're looking at a little fog developing and a low temperature down around 51 degrees. Okay, let's progress ahead again, and you'll see what's going on with the weather map. High pressure is in control. Doesn't look like there's much there. That's because the weather is so nice. High pressure is in control right now, and high pressure is going to remain in control right on through the entire weekend. So certainly no weather issues to deal with for us this weekend. What we will find is that once we get to next week, then we'll find the temperature and the humidity starting to creep upwards a little bit, and that'll start to increase our chance for a scattered shower or thunderstorm almost daily for next week. So the forecast right now is looking fantastic. 77 for tomorrow, 83 on Sunday, and then low 80s most of next week with a risk for a shower or thunderstorm. Hey, CNY Central is giving viewers a chance to upgrade their body and their life at the fair. Each day will display a smile of someone here at our CNY Central booth near the Center of Progress building, which is where we are. Come on by. Just go to cnycentral.com to enter your guess. We'll pick a daily semifinalist, and the grand prize winner will be chosen on Tuesday, September 3rd in the newscast. And the grand prize winner gets a weight loss makeover from Dr. G Weight Loss and Wellness. And that's the way the forecast is looking good.
Not bad at all, Wayne. You know, every night we bring you what we think is a don't miss stop out here at the fairgrounds. And tonight, it's the new State Fair Museum. You literally walk back in time to get into one of this year's new displays at the fair through a recreation of the early 1900s State Fair gate and into a look at the fair's past. It's Fair Agriculture Manager Mel Chesbrough's pet project. She's a bit of a history buff. The display includes things like the fair in the early 1900s when it generated a whole festival in downtown Syracuse.
Now this got to be known as the Mardi Gras of the North King and a Queen of the City. They had a Mystic Crew, which was a secret society that ran it, and they were given the key to the city for the week. They had floats that would... No other place I can say at that time had this kind, mechanical heads, they had everything. It was great.
The Fair Museum is now going to be a permanent part of the fair exhibits. This one is in the Grange building. And even though it's permanent, it's not done. It's interactive in a sense because people come in, they see the old signs, the old pins, and they say, yeah, I have some of that at home too.
And I would always say, wow, I never knew that. And if I shared that information, somebody else would say, wow, I never knew that.
There are videos of what the fair and fair goers looked like back in the 60s, and lots of timelines on how things have changed, as well as who's been here to entertain, and VIP guests, too. And among the visitors to this exhibit, fair workers. This was all assembled and built by the staff here.
And they all put their own little... You know, Mel, if we did this, I go, you're right. So everybody had input, and that's what it's all about, is everybody put input.
The State Fair Museum is tonight's Blue Ribbon Award winner.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And we are posting all of our Blue Ribbon Award winners on our neighborhood page on our website at cnycentral.com for you to take a look at. And coming up, we'll go back to the studios. Katie has your news of the day. Stay with us.
Welcome back to NBC3 News at 6. If you've ever had your smartphone stolen, a new report says you're one of 1.6 million Americans who've fallen victim to that circumstance. Now there's a new push to secure our smartphones. New at 6 tonight, our Jim Kenyon shows us how Syracuse is getting involved in an international effort to hang up on thieves.
Smartphone thefts like what you see here on surveillance video are becoming so common, the crime has a nickname, apple picking. Too often, the thefts get so violent, victims are injured.
It's estimated that about 1.6 million Americans become victims of cell phone thefts. These little electronic devices are now rivaling guns and drugs as a motivator for crime.
Thieves target smartphones and iPads because they often store a wealth of personal information they can tap into. And even if they can't access that information, they can be reprogrammed and sold on an international black market.
It's such an expensive device, so sure, people are going to want to steal it.
1 in 3 thefts in the United States now involve a mobile communication device. Criminals can easily target their victims who openly advertise that they own a smartphone when they're texting or talking in public.
I mean, I have a password protected, so if people pick it up, they can't use it. I try to not use it in the large areas, big cities, where it's more common to get it stolen.
New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman calls it a global problem that demands a global solution. This week, he and the mayors and police chiefs of 11 cities in New York announced that they're joining the International Secure Our Smartphones initiative to raise awareness about the crime and improve ways to combat it. They're also convincing the makers of smartphones to rig them so that they can be rendered completely useless remotely if they're stolen.
You have to install some sort of kill switch so that you can cancel your phone like you can cancel your credit card. That takes away the incentive for the thieves, but it has to be an industry-wide solution.
But Bridget Kench feels if smartphones are smart, well, so are the people who steal them.
They'll find a way around it. They usually do. I mean, they're very intuitive people.
Smartphones have changed the American way of life and have given rise to a new brand of criminal. Reporting from Syracuse, I'm Jim Kenyon.
And an alert tonight for neighbors in Onondaga County, especially those who live near the Cicero Swamp. Tomorrow there will be aerial spraying to kill off disease-carrying mosquitoes. The health department says 2 mosquito pools collected last week on Taft Road and East Taft Road in Cicero tested positive for the potentially deadly eastern equine encephalitis. The spraying is expected to happen tomorrow over the Cicero Swamp, weather permitting. Stay with NBC3 News at 6. We'll be right back.
Mike Tyson takes a tour of the hall. Good evening, I'm Nico Tamurian, and we know that Mike Tyson is in town tonight for ESPN Friday Night Fights at Turning Stone, but the world champ turned boxing promoter took in the atmosphere in Canastota today. In a CNY Central exclusive, we were there as Iron Mike toured the hallowed grounds at the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Now, Mike, you can see him here getting lessons from Ed Brophy on the history there, is an avid boxing historian who told me his favorite fighters of all time are Joe Gans and Jack Dempsey. Tyson loved every minute of his time in the hall, one of the crown sports jewels of Central New York. And when I asked Iron Mike what it was like to be back in the hall that enshrined him 2 years ago, here's what he had to say.
It's no brainer. If I'm around, I'm close by, I'll come see this stuff. This stuff inspired me more than a fighter, because I'm not a fighter no more, but as a person. And these guys, most of these guys, I was saying, most of these guys had lives like mine. Most of these guys had miserable lives. Most of these guys turned out to be drug addicts and alcoholics like myself. And I'm just happy that I don't have to do that no more. But regardless of everything I went through, and I knew it was possible my life would be like these guys, I wouldn't give anything for. I would die. I have so much admiration for these kind of guys because they came from nothing like myself, and I don't respect anybody as much as I respect these guys.
Now, at about the same time that the fighters of Iron Mike Promotions are taking to the ring at Turning Stone, the SU men's basketball team will be taking on its toughest test of its Canadian exhibition tour tonight in Ottawa. Syracuse battles at Carleton, a team that won the Canadian National Championship by 50. Yes, 50 points this spring, 92-42. They've won the Canadian National title in 9 out of the last 11 seasons. Rest assured, even though it's an exhibition game, the Orange knows the battle that lies ahead tonight.
We know that they're going to be one of the better teams that we face on this trip. We know that they won a couple championships up here in Canada, and they just beat Wisconsin, who's a very good team. So we're looking forward to the challenge and playing them. We're just going to try and just play basketball, really. Just try and find a good rhythm in the game and try and just control the pace of it.
Katie, I'll tell you, for SU fans who want to get a taste of how the team's going to look this year, you might want to check that game out tonight. We'll have full highlights right here at 11 on NBC3.
All right, Nico, thank you. And now let's send it back out to the State Fair with Matt and Megan.
Well, I will tell you, Mother Nature is shining down on us here tonight.
Yeah, it is a beautiful evening out here. Just about perfect conditions for the first Friday of the fair. Place has gotten quite busy now in the last half hour, so I think people are coming in down the fairgrounds for the concert, the Toby Keith and also George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. They're starting to do a sound check, Wayne, and forecast looks pretty good, right?
Forecast is looking fantastic this evening. I may want to bring a light jacket or something like that, because once the sun goes down, it's going to cool off fairly quickly.
All right, and they are already starting to get ready for George George Clinton. So come on out and enjoy
That's
it.
NBC 3 News at 6 live from the fair. We'll see you later on.
CNY Central is your home for the ACC, now the home for Syracuse University sports.